Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents? Hopefully everybody's having a good day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Bringing another update video to the Galax 4090 HOF build got going on here. Anyway, gonna just jump right into it. Got a whole lot of work that's been done over the last 2 days. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Not playing around at all. Well, one of the things that's been done is got this outside trim here, all this outside panel here chromed out. Got that done, so that's all nice and pretty. But the star of the show this time around is, there we go, got it done. First time it's ever been done. Probably be the last time you see it ever done. Let me back up a little bit here. Whew. Excuse me, I just got done cleaning everything up and having dinner, so yeah, taking a little breather as I'm doing the video. Figured that one out. But nonetheless, first time it's ever been done. Probably the last time you'll see anybody do it. V3000 plus with the distro plates and a vertical GPU. Got the custom vertical GPU mount, as I said. Turn the light on here so you guys can see what's up. There we go, got the vertical GPU mount in. Now how this mount, if you actually take and you open up the V3000 plus manual, this mount, the vertical GPU mount here, it's actually designed to sit on the bottom part here, on the bottom part of the case, the floor, which is what the distro plate is sitting on. So technically, being that there's a distro plate here, technically you're not able to use the vertical mount because of the distro plate here as well as here, because this mount comes way out here, as well as for the GPU back, the back bracket. But in the case of all that, as I said, this is all fully custom. This is a custom bracket, bottom part here as well as the back side here. It's all custom. Also the height of it has been raised to a custom height, so as well as you can see, just above the distro plate, all fully custom. Also hugs right up against the side distro plate here. As you can see there's no more room. You're not going to get any tighter than that. And it follows it all the way right up. You're not going to get any better. But yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. And in the back, I'll see if I can take and get it. In the back, you can see there on the video, it actually bends up into behind the motherboard, which is perfectly fine. And how that's actually sitting behind the motherboard, which I can't show you obviously because everything's all put together. The standoffs actually come through the mount, and it's also screwed in. The mount is screwed in with screws and bolts into the back of the motherboard mounting tray, so I mean it's not going anywhere. For those, although it may look like on the video that the GPU is slanted, which yes, it is slanted. There's nothing I could do about it, for the simple fact of I don't have the riser, the riser cable here yet. Once I get the riser cable in and I install the riser cable, it'll bring the GPU up. But for those of you who are wondering, well, is the mount, how sturdy is the mount? Is it shaky? Is it strong? It's strong. I mean, it's strong. I'll actually see if I can move back a little bit, and hopefully I can get it. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but I'm actually shaking the entire case. So yeah, that's not going anywhere. You can actually see this wire here as I'm shaking it back and forth. You actually see that wire. I'm shaking that entire case off of the GPU mount. That's solid as a rock. You're not going to get any better. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. And as I said, first time it's ever been done. If anybody wants to try to challenge that statement and try to prove it wrong, go for it. I'd love to see you try. But yeah, I also took and know that GPU, or no, that CPU block is not on there. I just put it there because I took and I also, as you guys can see, I also installed the customer's RAM. This is the broken motherboard. The customer's motherboard will be going in probably about a week or so, but I just wanted to give more of a visual of how everything looks. So that's pretty much that. The customer wanted me to put, sorry, again, trying to catch my breath here. The customer wanted the screen on the water block, so there we go, it's on there. And the reason why I put the screen here is for the simple fact of with the screen there, when the power plugins get plugged in, it blocks it off. So yeah, I took and I used the screen to my advantage on that end. So when it gets plugged in and they bend out the back to go down and out of the case to the PSU, you're not going to see none of the power cables. Again, that's just my model, how I do it. I want everything hidden as much as possible, especially with this build. It's all about being clean, and you're not going to get no cleaner than hidden. Out of sight, out of mind. So all the cables that are going to be coming through the bottom of the motherboard here, and as well to the GPU, it's all going to be all hidden. You're not going to see nothing. This is all you're going to see. And what I actually, one of the things that I love about the customer throwing the challenge at me, wanting me to wanting the vertical mount on the GPU, is his challenge actually helped me out. Is how it helped me out is now for the water cooling on the end of the GPU, I can do it all through the back of the GPU. So that's all going to be hidden. So yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to running the water cooling on this rig. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Oh, and on the top, there's the top. I got the fans in now. Got the Lee and Lee fans in there, the unis. But yeah, and got the custom, turn the light on so you guys can see it. Got the custom white Black Ice Nemesis 30mm by 480mm radiator, full copper. Got one for the front as well as down here as well. Even went as far as to paint the screws white. Yes, that's right, painting the screws white. It's all about the details. So yeah, there's a lot. Now on the end, no, the radiator and stuff isn't in the front. For the reason being is I went to install the radiator with the fans, etc., etc., and the stupid distro plate here actually prevents it from going back. So I went to take and do the framing for the. I went to sandwich the frame between the fans and the radiator for the front, and doing that, the screws I have for the radiator, they're not long enough, so I had to actually go out to the store and buy longer screws because I don't have long enough screws. And then the screws that I bought, they're a little bit too long, which is fine because now I just got to cut them down the length, paint the heads, and then put it back on, and then I'll have the front one in, and then I'll more likely have to do it to the same to the bottom one. But yeah, so pretty much that's where she's at. And like I said, for those of you who, if it's on the camera, for those of you who think that GPU is sagging or it's crooked, yes, it is a little bit. Again, the reason being for that is because the GPU riser cable isn't installed, which will actually pick it up. As you can see, if I actually take up that space, like if I pretend or if I act like the riser cable's in there and lift it up, there we go. It lifts it right up and it's perfectly level. I mean, it gets no better than that. And yes, this screen, it does work. Have I ever hooked one of these things up on the 2080 Ti Kingpin? Yeah, I know how that gig goes. How this works, I don't know. I have no clue how this works. Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna get it up and running, everything. Because yes, before I ship the case back to before I ship the customer's rig back to the customer, absolutely, I'm gonna fire it up, make sure it works, make sure the GPU works, make sure the CPU works, the RAM, make sure everything works. I'm more than likely go online and download a video game and just fool around on a video game to make sure everything works, everything's copacetic. Yeah, but outside of that, I mean, there's really not much more I can really say. I mean, it's this rig is really self-explanatory. It dropped dead gorgeous. I mean, as I said, the first time it's ever been done, the V3000 with the distro plate, with the full distro plate kit and a vertical GPU mount. You will not see another V3000 like this. I mean, it's just a drop dead gorgeous build. It really is. And those fans with the white radiators, those fans with the white radiators really do a nice job. There we go. Try to get all the angles I possibly can here for you. Get back in here for you. I mean, there's not much I can really, there's really nothing I can say. This build is self-explanatory. It's drop dead gorgeous, and that mount is, there's no words. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to boast or anything, but I'm kind of shocked that I pulled it off. But again, to me, there's no such thing doing this stuff, doing custom work. There's no such thing as can't be done. Bullshit. It's all about creativity. You gotta be creative. Don't rush. Take your time. Measure. As the saying goes, measure twice, cut once. That's how it works. That, and yes, I had to paint the mount because in the process of building the mount, yes, paint got scratched, and I'm talking about on the mount end of it. But just shy of 12 minutes in, there's really nothing for me to say with the build. It's self-explanatory. The build talks for itself. It was just a drop dead gorgeous build. I'm loving it. I'm not even, believe it or not, this is my first white build that I've ever done, and I'm loving it. I really am. I'm actually looking at going back after a case that I used to have years ago that I actually missed, and I'm trying to get it in white, and it's extremely rare to get it in white, because doing this build white, I actually want to do a white build now. It's crazy, and I'm not a fan of white. I mean, for builds that is, but this build is definitely changing my mind on that. But there you go. So I'm gonna move back a little bit. There you go. With that being said, there's your build update. That's where everything's sitting so far. I'm hoping probably in the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I got it up and running, meaning she's all done. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally right around the corner from starting to do the water loops, and yeah. I mean, there's really nothing for me to say. It's just a drop dead gorgeous build. And the more I look at it, the more it's kind of blowing me away, because it's just how it's coming. It's coming out way better than what I actually had planned in my head. But yeah, 13 minutes, 30 seconds in. Like I said, I'm not going to drag this out any longer. You guys have seen it, got up close with everything. Showed all the detail that I can really show, which the most of the detail I wanted to show is in the GPU mount. But there you go. With that being said, hopefully everybody's having a good day, night, morning, evening, wherever you're at. Till next time, I'm out. Bye.